Hello, I'm glad to see you again in the VNA Bulletin. I'm Banga from Hanoi and now the headlines. Northern localities step up relief measures and storm toll rises to 7. Regulation on export buys stirs public concern. Ho Chi Minh City is among the world's best cities for street foods. Localities in northern Vietnam are taking drastic measures to overcome the aftermath of Storm Dien Mu, which swept through the region on August 19th and left 7 dead and 2 missing. According to the Office of the Central Steering Committee on Disaster Prevention and Control, the northern mountainous province of Yên Bái reported 2 deaths, while Sơn La, Lào Cai, Hòa Bình, Bắc Giang, and Nghệ An each had 1 dead victim. 2 people from Bắc Giang and Lào Cai are still missing. 8 people in Hanoi, Yên Bái, Vĩnh Phúc, and Phú Thọ were injured. The storm, the third entering the East Sea so far this year, triggered the collapse of 44 houses, unroofed 651 houses, and inundated 1,511 houses. Nearly 2,000 cashew and palm trees were killed. Over 10,000 hectares of rice and vegetables were damaged entirely or partly, and hundreds of trees were unrooted. 14 bridges across the hit province broke down. Thousands of roads, canals, and dams were submerged and damaged. Blackouts occurred in a number of areas due to fallen power columns and damaged transmission lines. At present, on-site missions are deployed across the affected localities to assess and timely address the consequences of the storm and post-storm flash floods. Power supply has been restored in most areas in the 11 storm-hit provinces and cities. Local authorities are having pumping machines run around the clock to pump water from paddy fields, while residents are repairing damaged houses, roads, and cleaning up living environment. Communication work continues to be enhanced to raise public awareness, and the officials are drawing lessons to improve preparedness for natural calamities. Storm Dien Mu landed in the mainland from the northern port city of Hai Phong to the northern province of Bắc Ninh on August 19th, and brought storm wind and heavy rains to the northern and northern central regions. The Departments of Foreign Affairs in localities across the country convened on August 21st in Hanoi, discussing measures to improve their operations to serve national development and international integration. Addressing the National Conference on External Affairs, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh praised the local departments of foreign affairs for their efforts to realize the parties' foreign policies and guidelines in accordance with their locality situation. He valued the department's contributions to national achievements in the diplomatic sector, especially at a time when the country is entering a new development period, with focus on 3 strategic breakthroughs, namely economic restructuring, comprehensively international integration, and sustainable development. At the event, participants reviewed operations by the local departments of foreign affairs and their orientations in the 2016 to 2018. They discussed measures to step up international integration in localities to boost socio-economic development and improve the quality of the department's operations in the areas of border and territory, citizen protection, and consular activities. The Ministry of Education and Planning has set itself an ambitious goal of making English the second language at universities across Vietnam. The Ministry of Education and Training said it has created a roadmap to achieve the goal starting this academic year and urged universities to improve their English teaching methods. It asked universities to apply the latest technologies in teaching English, teach students about the importance of globalization, and expand international links to promote the use of the language. The ministry said it could assist pedagogy universities in training capable English teachers through new programs that focus on training in remote areas like the Northwestern, Central Highlands, and Southwestern regions. The ministry will also improve the curriculum, materials, textbooks, and testing. English will be a compulsory subject from grade 3 onwards, starting in 2018, as part of its foreign language teaching plan. English is currently only mandatory from grade 10 onwards. Under the plan, from 2018, students in grade 3 and above will have 4 English lessons a week. English is now only an optional subject in primary schools, with 1 or 2 lessons a week. Experts said that since Vietnam aims to compete in the global marketplace through the recently launched ASEAN Economic Community, improve its level of English is crucial. Vietnam ranks 29th on the Asian First English Proficiency Index and 5th among Southeast Asian countries. According to the ministry, a second language refers to one that is used in daily life and learned by students without the need for lessons, while a foreign language is learned in school but rarely used in daily life. In Vietnam, English is becoming more and more common, especially in big cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi and tourist destinations. Vietnam's social insurance has reported that 12.4 million people have joined compulsory state social insurance by the end of July this year, while almost 10.6 million are covered by unemployment insurance. Health insurance coverage has reached 79.2% of the population, or nearly 73 million, but the membership of voluntary social insurance is negligible at just 192,000. Vietnam's social insurance has pushed administrative procedure reform towards the goal of reducing the time for businesses to complete social insurance procedures to 49 hours per day by the end of this year, which is equivalent to the time in the 4 leading nations in the ASEAN. The time will be further reduced to 45 hours by 2020, in accordance with the target set by the government. In addition, Vietnam's social insurance has taken other measures to facilitate the participation in social, unemployment and health insurance, including the reception and delivery of social and health insurance documents by post with cost paid by the insurance agency. The People's Council of the Southern Industrial Hub Binh Xuân Province has adopted a resolution on the locality's socio-economic development for the 2016 to 2020, with an annual growth of 8.3%. The resolution also envisions an economic structure with industry accounting for 63.2%, services 26%, agriculture 3%. The province will focus on improving growth quality while expanding the local economic scale, thus ensuring suitable and sustainable growth. 7 groups of tasks and solutions have been drafted in order to achieve the set targets, including policy measures, investment solutions, economic restructuring, human resource training, science technology development, and environmental protection, state apparatus efficiency, and mobilization of social resources. Other issues high on the agenda for the province in the coming time are food safety, educational infrastructures, and sustainable poverty reduction. The province will also strive to attract more than $7 billion of foreign investment in the 5-year period. One of the major industry hubs in the southern region, the province contributed $21 billion to the country's export revenue of $162.1 billion in 2015. Binh Xuân has so far attracted 2,713 foreign investor projects with a total capital of around $25 billion. In the first 6 months of this year, the province licensed over $1.14 billion in foreign direct investment, a rise of over 12.5% year-on-year. Motorcycle past the expiry dates are to be imported from January 2018 under government regulation. However, there are no legal documents specifying these dates of expiry. As some said, what is important is the state of the bikes, not how old they are. There are many worn, dull-looking motorbikes on Hanoi streets. They sometimes used to carry heavy loads are driven at a breakneck speed, causing a nightmare for commuters. But for some, these dangerous vehicles are not only a means of transport, but also a source of income. So the plan to import motorcycles past the expiry dates has caused significant public concern.
The regulation needs to be halted, as many poor families will have nothing to rely on if their bikes are taken. What happens if a bike with a 10-year expiry date is rarely used during that time and still in good condition? How old is too old? What do people receive from the government after their vehicles are impounded?
According to the Hanoi Transport Association, the proposal requires a clear roadmap that takes into account the needs of local residents.
I think any proposal should originate from the people's benefit. The point is who is protected by this proposal, businesses or people.
The National Committee for Traffic Safety said welfare policies require careful consideration. The proposal by a number of experts and automaker associations doesn't represent the view of the broad public.
We must be careful in devising social welfare policies. These regulations must improve people's lives.
Worn out vehicles should be taken off the road for safer and cleaner streets. But this proposal needs further consideration from relevant agencies. Currently, more than 40 million Vietnamese, or 50% of the population, use motorcycles. A large number of these riders have low income and rely heavily on their bikes. The southern largest economic hub of Ho Chi Minh City has been listed by CNN as one of the world's 23 best cities for street foods.
The U.S. trainer said that perching on the plastic stool on the sidewalk with a steaming bowl of pho, noodle soup with beef or chicken, and watching the bustling traffic is a perfect afternoon in the city. CNN noted there are other options than pho, of course, but the clear broth and warm noodles are one of the world's great comfort foods. Bánh mì sandwiches are another Vietnamese street food exported successfully around the world. The baguette can be filled with a diverse selection of meats, including pate, sausage, and shredded pork skin. Phở, bánh mì, bread served with condiments, chicken or pork, and cơm tấm, broken rice, were introduced as typical street foods in Ho Chi Minh City. CNN also suggested people visit Phạm Ngũ Lão Street, a place close to sites like Bến Thành Market and Ho Chi Minh Fine Arts Museum.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching and see you next time.